las 5 en punto comenzamos con una noticia de última hora. Un hombre es baleado mortalmente en una farmacia de El Bronx. La víctima de 27 años recibió un disparo en el pecho en el Amazing Pharmacy de Tremont.
Las autoridades en estos momentos están buscando a cuatro.
Rise and shine. You're watching WCTV Eyewitness News. The Good Morning Show starts now.
This officer being remembered by colleagues and even strangers after a tragic crash on Capitol Circle.
Powered by WCTV.tv. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
The journey has just begun. We catch up with a family of Ukrainian refugees who have made it to safety right here in Tallahassee. And new gun regulations hotly debated on Capitol Hill will have the very latest from the U.S. Senate.
Powered by WCTV.tv. Eyewitness News at 5:30 starts now.
Pride celebrations are striving to be more inclusive than ever. I'm Deborah Alfrone in Washington with why organizers are saying that this year's events may be more important than ever.
Plus, supporting state veterans. More on several bills signed by Governor DeSantis into law today. A look at how they'll help our Florida military families.
But first, the Select Committee investigating the January 6th Capitol attack begins laying out its case for the public tonight. We'll take a look at who's testifying in this rare primetime hearing. Thanks for joining us tonight at 5:30. I'm Ben Kaplan.
And I'm Abby Walton. The committee chairman says they'll present, quote, significant information for the public to digest. But as Natalie Brand reports, House Republicans are calling it, quote, a political circus and announced an investigation into the committee itself.
Covering your hometown from 5 newsrooms across the region. This is WDBJ 7.
Tonight at 5:30, gun control has passed the House of Representatives, but will it be able to make it through a contested Senate?
And it has been a record-breaking baseball season in Blacksburg. The new voice that's been talking the Hokies through their historic run. Good evening, I'm Logan Sherrill.
And I'm Melissa Gayona in tonight for Kate Capodanno.
Let's kick it off with your weather rundown here at 5:30. This is a live look outside at
finally feeling like late spring and also looking like it too over in West Richland. We're talking about the seasonal return of farmers markets.
Excellent. And folks, a hazy but warm day, and we have more warm temperatures coming tomorrow before a bit of a cool down. I'll get you prepared and with a sneak peek on the weekend.
Now, Cap KVU local news at 5.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Madeline Hagan.
I'm Jason Valentine. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Today, lawmakers in Congress held a second day of hearings focused on gun violence after a surge of deadly mass shootings. As people rallied.
Happy Wednesday evening, my friends. I'm Chief Meteorologist Dan Romano. We continue to see a very thin veil of high clouds stream across the area, but we're also dealing with some lingering low clouds just to the east of the shoreline. But as we progress through the nighttime hours, those clouds will slowly erode. Take a look at this time lapse, though. This is up near Neyland. You could see those low clouds, the tops of them right here. This is about 2,800 feet up. But again, this is on top of a tower, so maybe a couple hundred feet above that. So close to 3,000 feet, and that's the top of the low clouds. But you can see we're also dealing with some very thin high clouds as well. Incredible time lapse there in Neyland, courtesy of alertwildfire.org. Either way, temperatures dropping down into the upper 40s to low 50s. We'll keep an eye on the possibility of some patchy fog along the coast. Coming up here in a little bit, we're going to talk about the sunnier skies we'll see tomorrow, along with the warmer temperatures. But we're also looking at the possibility of some weekend rain. That's all coming up here in a little bit. Redwood News 11 starts right now.
The spirit of the North Coast. This is Redwood News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for choosing Redwood News. I'm John Kennedy O'Connor. We begin tonight with a military plane crash here in California that has killed at least 4 people.
This is Valley News Live at noon.
East Grand Forks police say one man is behind bars after leading police on a chase that ended in the Red River.
Coming up, new information on last night's drowning on big Detroit lakes in DL. What to look for as the long-awaited public hearings on the January 6th U.S. Capitol riot goes primetime tonight. And find out if our good luck with the weather will stretch into the upcoming weekend. Valley News Live at 5 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 5.
We begin with breaking news. Reports of shots fired inside a manufacturing facility in western Maryland, leaving multiple people dead. Authorities say that the shooting happened at a Columbia machine facility in the town of Smithsburg. The governor of Maryland has confirmed 3 people were killed. Investigators also said the shooter was hurt in the confrontation.
Last night's drowning in Detroit lakes, plus what to look for as those long-anticipated hearings on the Capitol riot go prime time tonight. And see if our good luck in the weather department will stretch in the upcoming weekend. Valley News Live at 5:30 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 5:30.
We begin with breaking news. Reports of shots fired inside a manufacturing facility in western Maryland, leaving multiple people dead.
This is KWTX News 10.
Good Thursday afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today on Midday. We got a great show planned for you. We got some folks from the Advocacy Center that are over for an interview. Also, Fuzzy Friends Friday has been.
Right now on News 10 at 6, the city of Waco comes up with a plan that should ease some concerns and costs associated with a new landfill site.
40 years ago, a baby disappeared after someone killed her parents. Now she's safe and sound. As you can imagine, there are still plenty of questions surrounding her case.
And if you've been thinking that what the world needs right now is a larger Buc-ee's, well, you're in luck. We'll tell you where it's being built.
This is KWTX News 10.
It's been years in the making, discussions about a new landfill site in Central Texas as the current location off of Old Lorena Road is reaching capacity.
Now, the city of Waco is approving an important step forward to achieve.
Live from 12 Studios, this is News 12 at 10.
A trial begins on Capitol Hill. Never before seen footage from a day a demonstration turned into a riot. What was discussed in the first night of hearings? And another round of late night storms turning towards Texoma. Steve's in the Weather Center with a look at what you can expect. And a mental health workshop to help county leaders learn how to help people in need. The methods they discussed today. Welcome to News 12 at 10. I'm Kylie Dudman. The House Committee on January 6th began its public hearings this evening. The hearings began after 11 months of work by the committee, interviews of more than 1,000 individuals, and the review of more than 140,000 documents by the bipartisan committee.
Now, Good Morning Northwest. Never before seen video and testimony is about to come to light in the January 6th insurrection hearings. We'll tell you what you can expect.
It's another warm and cloudy day on tap with some rain moving in later on. We'll have the timing of the latest rain showers. That's coming your way.
And how Spokane played a part in the newest COVID vaccine and when you could get that shot. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Robin Nance. Derek is off today. It is Thursday, June 9th. Mark Peterson is here with your First Alert forecast.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great start to the day. We certainly are. 54 degrees.
Watch Mark Peterson only on Good Morning Northwest.
Now on Nightside, the CDC reports that melatonin is increasingly being misused by kids in the U.S. We'll hear why one local pediatrician says she's very conservative when it comes to suggesting it.
Enjoy one more dry day because the wet weather will return in about 24 hours. And once it starts, there will not be many breaks through the weekend. I'll help you plan in the First Alert forecast.
The Spokane County Medical Examiner ruled a new cause of death in the 2012 death of a Spokane woman. Why Spokane Police is asking the county prosecutor to charge a suspect with murder. You're watching 4 News Now Nightside. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Aaron Luna. More young people are overdosing on melatonin. The sleep aid supplement is being used more and more across the U.S. and misused by kids getting their hands on it.
You're watching KYES LD Anchorage.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
Good afternoon, everyone. Anchorage police are investigating after 2 people were found dead inside a home last night. Now this.
You're watching KYES LD Anchorage.
Tonight on the late edition, the House of Representatives passing gun legislation tonight after hours of emotional testimony centered on mass shootings in America. And here at home, wildfires are drawing crews across Alaska. An update on a fire burning near Talkeetna tonight. Plus, it's time for some road tripping toward that way. We hop on the Glen Highway for a journey north and some hidden gems.
Evening sunshine over the city, clouds over the east side, even a bolt of lightning, and wet weather is on the way.
You're watching Alaska's news source.
A series of new gun measures passed in Washington today as a response to the numerous mass shootings across the country in recent weeks. The passing in the House only of these measures comes on the same day as dramatic and powerful testimony to Congress on gun violence. Good evening. One of the speakers, Dr. Roy Guerrero, a Uvalde pediatrician, rushed to the hospital, and a warning, his account of the incident is detailed and disturbing.
From the station that's on your side, this is News 12, NBC 26 at 11.
And new at 11 tonight, a dark day in American history is back in the national spotlight tonight.
The House committee looking into the January 6th storming of the Capitol begins to share its findings. And after a 10-month-long investigation, this was just the beginning. The committee will continue.
American people deserve answers.
Coming up, day one has ended in the January 6th committee public hearing with emotions flying from the evidence being shown.
An extra 45 minutes to the plane decided to take off Atlanta. I had another delay for another 2 hours. I don't know what's going on.
South Georgia flyers are feeling the sting with the number of delays and costing some people some big bucks. WALB's Anthony Bordenero tells us how you can avoid similar struggles.
From your hometown news source, this is WALB News 10 at 11.
Good evening, I'm Heidi Paxson, and you're watching WALB News 10 at 11. Tonight, Americans are getting a chance to learn more about the last 10 months of a House committee investigation into the January 6th assault on the U.S. Capitol. Washington.
Together this weekend.
Live and on your side, this is The 4 on WBRC Fox 6 News.
And we begin with that breaking news from East Alabama. An officer.
What's going on with the weather in our neck of the woods? Is this the usual summertime pattern or something different? That story coming up on Fox 6 News on your side.
WBRC Fox 6 News, live at 5, starts now.
And we start
live and on your side. You're watching WBRC Fox 6 News at 9.
Tonight's inaugural.
Police one advised they're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
Tonight's inaugural hearing of the January 6th committee wrapping up just a few minutes ago. During tonight's hearing, committee chairman Benny Thompson accused former President Donald Trump of trying to stop the peaceful transfer of power.
And committee member Liz Cheney.
Were motivated by what President Trump had told them.
Over 2 hours of primetime testimony tonight on the January 6th Capitol riots. Right now at 10, some of the key moments and a scary situation that could have been tragic.
Within 20 minutes, all 34 students were with their parents.
Tonight, parents reacting to an officer shooting and killing the man trying to get into a Gadsden school. Plus, a mom and son bitten.
I never in a million years thought that I would even be close enough to a snake to be bitten.
Tonight, their story and what you need to be watching out for.
Live and on your side, you're watching WBRC Fox 6 News at 10.
We start tonight with First Alert weather. Much better now than we were, say, 24 hours ago.
Yeah, a lot of us hoping for a drier weekend.
Dozens of people in Vinton share their frustration with the city council after the second library director resigns in a year. But it's why they resigned that has some concern.
I raced to the hospital to find parents outside yelling children's names in desperation and sobbing as they begged for any news related to their child.
Families, doctors, even child survivors impacted by recent mass shootings make their voices heard, and lawmakers make movement on a gun reform bill.
The primary election is over, but now it's a question of, did my vote count?
from your trusted local news source with your first alert forecast. KCRG TV 9 News at 10 starts now.
To say I am angry is an understatement. This language and behavior is demeaning and dangerous, and it needs to stop.
A dozen residents like that woman spoke to the Vinton Public Library Board after the second library director resigned in less than a year. The board says both resignations were similar. They followed community members questioning books that were on display.
KCRG TV 9's Brian Tabak was at the meeting where city leaders worry what this means for the future of the library. Brian, this isn't a personnel issue. It's about LGBTQ plus materials.
Live with Kelly and Ryan, weekdays at 9 on Cap KView. Now, Cap KView local news at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Madeline Hagan. The Benton Franklin Health District is using wastewater to see how prevalent the virus is across the Tri-Cities. Experts say
on Sunrise and streaming on crossroadscity.com, 3 people are dead and at least 14 more are hurt this morning after multiple gunmen opened fire into a crowd late Saturday night in Philadelphia. And Russia struck Ukraine's capital, Kyiv, with missiles early on Sunday for the first time in more than a month. Plus, a railway is back operating in China after 17 Union Pacific train cars derailed Friday night.
Waking up on your early Monday morning, looking at a live view from Aquero ISD water tower right there. Some clouds in the distance, any more rain? Maybe. What about heat? Definitely. We'll take a look at that coming up.
In sports, the athlete of the week is heading to the state tournament.
You're watching 25 News Now Sunrise. Good morning, I'm Howie Gordon. Today is Monday, June the 6th, 2022. Time is now 5:01 in the morning. It's the 78th anniversary of D-Day. Today is also National Eyewear.
Coming up on Local News 8 in the morning, an airplane crashed upside down next to a golf course in Blackfoot yesterday afternoon. Local high school students are getting some insight into what it's like to be in the law enforcement field this week. And the Idaho High School Finals Rodeo continues for the next 4 days with hundreds of students participating. Local News 8 in the morning starts right now.
You're watching Local News 8 in the morning.
Good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us. I'm Linda Larson. I'm in with Jeff. I had to talk him into letting me come in the morning. They don't usually let me.
From WBKO News, local, first, now. This is AM Kentucky Live.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to AM Kentucky on this Wednesday, June 8th. I'm Allie Hennard. And I'm meteorologist Ariella Scalise. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Ended up being beautiful yesterday. Yep. Storm chance was a little bit lower. And
from WBKO News, local, first, now. This is Midday Live.
Hello, everybody. Today is Wednesday, June 8th. I'm Allie Hennard.
And I'm Raquel Dominguez in for Ariel this morning. Thanks for joining us on Midday Live.
Well, I'm so glad you're here.
三藩市選舉入邊，罷免地檢寬駁設施嘅提案，初步點票結果顯示，近60%嘅選民贊成罷免。琴日嘅中期選舉加州初選投票日，選民嘅投票意願依然冷淡。我哋會同大家睇下各級公職嘅選舉結果。南灣聖河西喺5月31號同日發生2宗入屋搶劫案，其中一個案件俾受害人嘅行車記錄儀影低咗匪徒嘅作案過程。Uber 同 Waymo 計劃合作推出全自動嘅貨車服務。詳細嘅新聞內容稍後同大家報道。
全美首個現場直播華語新聞，觀眾人數傲視同儕。KTSF 26台新聞報導。
歡迎收睇7點鐘新聞。今日係6月8號星期3，我係嚴劍蓉。三藩。
Good morning from KMVT. You're starting the day with Rise and Shine, putting you first.
Coming up, pushback is growing against the Lava Ridge Wind Project. We hear from a local county commissioner about his objections. And some Idaho lawmakers are proposing a 6-month gas tax holiday with prices hovering around $5 a gallon statewide. Plus, as summer heats up, so does tourism. But what effects are inflation and gas prices having on people's summer plans? Good morning, Southern Idaho. It's Thursday, June 9th. Thank you for tuning in to Rise and Shine. Max, good morning. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. We're just
happened.
Putting you first. You're watching KMVT News with Joe Martin and Brittany Cooper. This is KMVT News at 10.
Good evening and thank you for tuning into News at 10 tonight. I'm Brittany Cooper.
And I'm Joe Martin. In a Twin Falls courtroom today, Joshua Molina was found guilty of all the charges.
Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, June 9th.
And this is Pure Nebraska.
We're certainly glad to have you here for another edition of Pure Nebraska. I'm John Vanderford.
And I'm Taryn Vanderford, and we are on the road again for the 1011 Can Caravan. And today you...
Live from Lincoln, this is 1011 Now, First at 4.
Good afternoon and welcome to First at 4. I'm Ellis Wiltsey. After hearing emotional testimony from...
That will do it for News 4 at 4 o'clock. We've got more news to get to. News 4 at 5 starts now.
News 4 Nashville starts now with this breaking news alert.
Breaking news tonight, the former assistant director of a youth facility accused of firing a gun while chasing after escaped juveniles is now facing criminal charges himself. Our chief investigative reporter Jeremy Fintley confirmed this today. So Jeremy, what is he charged with?
All right, Tracy.
This is News 4 Nashville.
Well, the gates at Nissan Stadium are opening up. The first night of concerts at CMA Fest set to get underway.
All the seats will be packed.
An umbrella now, huh?
Yeah.
All right, well, that concludes this broadcast. Stay tuned for 5 News at 6.
Now on 5 News at 6.
The Harrison County Sheriff's Department gets its money. How commissioners came to a compromise.
Plus, the man arrested that police say shot and injured 2 others at a Monongalia County apartment complex. And
in the wake of tragic shootings, Monongalia County schools are boosting their security.
Live from Television Drive, this is 5 News, North Central West Virginia's news station.
Good evening, I'm Ian Ross.
And I'm Kaylee Fedko. Thanks for joining us.
Our top story tonight, the funeral for Nicholas County Sheriff's Deputy Tom Baker is underway.
He was...
Live, local, now, this is News Channel 6 this morning.
Good morning, Texome. It is Thursday, June 9th. I'm Melissa Osterdock. Thanks for starting your day right here with us. We're going to start off with a check on our forecast. First Alert meteorologist Garrett James joins us now. Garrett, we are seeing the triple digits whenever you pull up your 7-day forecast. Means it's going to be hot.